Alright, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but the original Club de Nuit Intense Man is one of my most worn fragrances out of my entire collection. Definitely in the top 3, surprisingly. So when I heard about the Eau de Parfum version coming out, I had to get my nose on it, guys. So I'm so excited to see if this is as good or if not even better than the original. So let's find out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Hunter Lobby here, and welcome back to my channel. If you are a returning subscriber, glad to have you here. And if you are new, what I do here is I make fragrance related content such as unboxings, first impressions, reviews, weekly fragrance rotations, list videos, and things like that. So if you love fragrances as much as I do, consider hitting that subscribe button down below. I'd really appreciate it. But guys, we have a very exciting unboxing here today. As you guys can tell by the intro, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And the fragrance we're going to be looking at today is Armaf's Club de Nuit Intense Man Eau de Parfum, guys. Oh, I can't even explain to you how much I love the original. I know it might be a little bit shocking, but it's just so good and so versatile, guys. That's why it is one of my most worn fragrances in my entire collection, because you can wear it in the spring, summer, fall, and winter. Spring and summer because you get that citrusy lemon. You also get that fruity pineapple as well for the warmer days. And then for the fall and winter, you get that nice smoky birch. So it's just an absolute beast of a fragrance as well as far as the performance goes. And it's also very, very masculine in my opinion, which just works out in an everyday situation. Now, the fragrance here, I actually got a huge, guys, look at this box. This thing is gigantic. It's actually a 200 ml bottle. I believe the Eau de Parfum comes in a 150 and a 200 ml bottle. I got the huge 6.8 ounce fluid ounces, or 6.8 fluid ounces. This was the only one in stock. They didn't have the 150, and I got an absolute steal on it, guys. Let me tell you really quick. Now on Fragrance Net, you can find this for about 50 bucks. I think it's still in stock. I got mine from Maxx, guys, which is one of my favorite discount websites there is. And this is going for 45 bucks for the 200 ml bottle. And I actually had an additional $10 discount and I used it on this. So I picked this fragrance up for 35 bucks, guys. It's unbelievable. And they also threw in, this is why I just love them so much, guys. This is not a sponsored video by any means, but it's just a great, great website. They actually threw in a free travel atomizer as well. I mean, look at that. How cool is that? It says Maxx on the back also. I'm assuming they probably threw that in because this is a huge 200 ml bottle, and they probably maybe even do that for bigger size bottles. I'm not 100% sure, since this is the biggest bottle in my collection now. I don't own any other 200 ml bottles. The only other fragrance that's pretty big is 150 ml. So yeah, this is gonna look like enormous in my collection. But let's not waste any time. Let's go over the packaging really quick. If you're familiar with the original Club de Nuit Intense Man, it looks very similar, guys. So of course in the front you have the, doesn't say Armaf anywhere, I don't believe. Just says Club de Nuit Intense Eau de Parfum right there. That's gonna be like the only difference. Like I said, 200 ml bottle, and you have like a rhinestone also right there. Armaf on the top, Armaf on the back. Now if you guys, actually let me see. It also says Club de Nuit Intense right there on the side, and then has a hologram right there. And then you're gonna get your batch code and all your information on the bottom, of course, right there. And I don't know if you guys can see it, but this is a, let's see, February 2020 batch. And this is also the Made in France batch as well. I believe they have a Made in France and Made in UAE. I know the original, the only difference I believe is the Made in France is a little bit more smooth, and the Made in UAE is a little bit more harsh in the opening. And I heard this is gonna be a lot smoother, so I cannot wait to get my nose on it. But yeah, let's go ahead and open up this packaging. And guys, this thing weighs so much, as you could imagine. Of course, the original bottle is heavy. This is pretty much double. So, go ahead and put that to the side. The cellophane. And I love the texture of these boxes. They're actually very, very like, kind of, I don't know, it's kind of smooth, even though it does have a nice texture to it. I don't know, it's actually pretty good quality, surprisingly. And then of course you open the top there, Armaf, and then you're gonna get the same cards you do in the new Club de Nuits. you get kind of like a Creed ripoff card, to be honest with you. It says Armaf right there. You have Club de Nuit Intense, and I'm not sure what our Club de Nuit Urban Man is the other one, and then on the back you have 2 women's fragrances. So it's kind of like the Creed's cards that come in their fragrances, and then right there you have the information. Put that to the side. Okay, let's open the top. Wow, this thing is huge. Oh my goodness. And here is the gigantic Club de Nuit Intense Man bottle, guys. Wow, this thing is bigger than I was expecting. Like, the cap looks so small on the bottle, how big it is. But yeah, this looks like the original. Of course, you have Club de Nuit right there, which also comes in the newer, I think 2019 batches of the original as well, like mine does. So I think some people get confused. Like, people thought this is the only way you can tell if it's an EDP or not. That's not the case anymore. Then you have kind of like Armaf chain with the rhinestone. Of course, the fragrance right there. Then on the top, you have that block with the rhinestones all around it, and nothing inside the cap there. Then on the atomizer, of course, you have Armaf. So it's pretty much the same exact presentation you get in the other Armaf fragrances. Then on the bottom, of course, is information about the fragrance there, 200 mils, of course. All right, so that's pretty much the presentation, exactly the same. You can see my bottle right behind me there. This is probably gonna sit right behind it. And yeah, let's see if I smell this out of the cap, guys. All right, I don't smell anything, so that's a good sign. No leakage, it was never sprayed or anything like that. I always tell you guys that. All right, so that's a good. Now, to begin with, the original Club de Nuit Intense Man, when you spray it like on your arm and you go to smell it, it's honestly not the best. So if you buy this fragrance for the original, definitely do not get put off by the up close smell of it. I'm telling you guys, when this thing just wafts in the air when you're walking by, it's a completely different fragrance, guys. I actually had people tell me it kind of smells like grass or dirt on my skin up close, but then when I walk by them, they are absolutely in love with the fragrance. And I've experienced the same exact thing when I just get whiffs of it, like at work and stuff. It's incredible, guys. That's why it's one of my most worn fragrances, like I said. Even over Creed Aventus, which I do own, as you guys know. I own a 19S31 batch, which is good. Did I pull this one out more? This is pretty much my daily work fragrance. Now, I'm definitely not gonna be wearing this unless it blows me away. The EDP, but the original, I won't wear it on like a date or of course like to a wedding or anything like that, to a family occasion. I usually only wear it to work because it's cheap and it projects like a monster, and the fragrance is just good in my opinion. So let's go ahead and spray this on my inner elbow and waste no more time and see how we think of the EDP, guys. Probably the same exact atomizer. There we go, let's get 2 full sprays in. Now the atomizers are not the best. I'm gonna tell you that right now. They are not so good, but that's not a deal breaker, of course. Oh man, okay. It smells very familiar in the air, guys. Oh, it's so good. So good in the air, I'm telling you. Wow, okay. Now this is of course the same DNA as the EDT, but to my nose, the opening, guys, is coming across much more smooth and more expensive smelling, to be honest with you. It's not as harsh as the Eau de Toilette, but it is coming across like a little bit more lemony in the opening than the EDT. Also kind of more fruity. I'm not sure if that's like the pineapple or apple or maybe even black currant, but it is coming across a little bit more fruity in the opening than the EDT. And I also heard that this is like, it's not as smoky as the Eau de Toilette. I'm not obviously 100% sure because this is my first time smelling it. I am picking up a little bit birch that's giving off the smokiness touch to it. But it might not be as smoky as the Eau de Toilette. Maybe we have to let it dry down. But yeah, so far guys, this is incredible. Oh, it's so good. So good. It is, I'm gonna tell you guys, it is much smoother than the original Club de Nuit Intense Man. Yeah, without a doubt. This might even be even closer to Aventus. If you guys don't know, obviously I'm just assuming you guys do if you're looking up Club de Nuit or even know about it. But this is considered either a dupe, like a clone of Aventus, or inspired by Aventus. And it does a very, very good job at that, having the aventus DNA. Okay, so yeah, it is very fruity and citrusy in the opening, much more than the EDT. But it's definitely not as bad up close on my skin like I was mentioning before. No, this is actually pretty pleasant on my skin. Yeah, this is good. This is good. I would say this probably does smell even closer to aventus, because obviously aventus is much more well blended together, much more sophisticated, much more natural, not synthetic. This is definitely closer to aventus than the original. So if you're trying to find the, like, if you don't want to pay that much for aventus, obviously like $400 for aventus, but you can find it cheaper obviously in groups and stuff. But if you don't want to pay that much for aventus, guys, and you want a close cologne, definitely check out Club de Nuit Intense Man EDP. This is as close as I've ever smelled to aventus. And I do own Mont Blanc Explorer as well. You can probably see it right behind me also. I do own Cedar Boise, which is not a cologne, but a little bit similar to it. But if you're looking for a cologne, this is it right here, without a doubt. I'm so happy they actually gave me this atomizer, guys, because I'm gonna fill this up since it's a 200 ml bottle. Definitely gonna fill it up with this and take it to work and stuff so I can respray. Even though you probably won't need to respray with this, guys, this is a powerhouse, an absolute powerhouse. I remember spraying my t-shirt with this in my living room closet, and every time I walk out there, the whole house smelled like Club de Nuit Intense, guys. It is so, so good. Even though you do go nose blind to it pretty quick, in my opinion, but I'm telling you, everyone around you will be able to smell you guys, and I get so many compliments from the original at work. Now also let me know down below if you want to see a comparison, like side-by-side comparison with this and the original Club de Nuit Intense Man. I will definitely do that. I'll probably switch on and off at work, see like compliment factor, see how long they last, and maybe even do like a side-by-side at work too. So I also work a 10-hour shift, so it's definitely a challenge for a fragrance to last 10 hours, of course, as you guys know. So maybe I'll do like one spray of the EDT, one spray of the EDP, and test them out and give you guys the results. So let me know down below if you want to see that. I think that would be a pretty good video. But yeah, if you're looking for this is pretty much any age group, guys. Very masculine in my opinion. So if you're looking for like a gentleman-y, masculine fragrance, this is it. I'm telling you guys, this is very masculine. Any age group, teenagers, mature, anyone can pretty much rock Club de Nuit Intense Man. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna wrap up just the unboxing and first impression of the EDP, guys. I cannot wait to wear this tomorrow. I'm definitely gonna give it a try. And yeah, like the video if you liked it. Subscribe down below if you haven't already. I'd appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see all you guys in the next fragrance upload. Take care, everybody.